The bank theme, the central banking theme, and the Bank of England is expected to keep rates and bond buying unchanged at a policy meeting today. One of the big questions on investors' minds is, will the Bank of England be the first to pull the taper trigger? For more, Lizzie Burden, Bloomberg's UK economy reporter, joins us now from outside the Bank of England. And when we ask this question about will it be first, we mean of the major central banks, of course. Some central banks are already further down the tightening path. But of the majors, will it be first? So what are we expecting to hear then from the Bank of England today, Lizzie?
Well, Anna, the doves are set to dominate today. We're expecting a unanimous vote to keep interest rates on hold at 0.1%. And on bond buying, a 7-to-1 split with Michael Saunders, the sole dissenter in favour of paring back stimulus early. He could be joined by Dave Ramsden, who's warned that inflation could reach 4% this year. They'll both cite the spike in inflation past the bank's 2% target and the strength of the recovery, boosted by the vaccine rollout. But they'll be outnumbered by the doves on the MPC and the bank behind me, who will point to the 1.9 million people who were still on furlough at the end of June, when much of the economy was already open. They'll point to all the real-time indicators showing that Freedom Day was actually a flop. People not wanting to go back to the office for fear of catching the Delta variant or getting pinged by the NHS Track and Trace app. And also this idea that the last miles of the recovery really are going to be the hardest because the low-hanging fruit of the recovery have already been picked. So caution is likely to be the watchword today out of the BOE, unlike places like New Zealand, Norway, which are already talking about rate hikes.
Right, absolutely. So those are the international comparisons we're focused on. So caution is the watchword. We're thinking about the furlough and all the staff still on furlough in the UK and the unpredictable nature then of the unemployment story. So if there's not going to be any policy move, what are we likely to hear about? There's been a lot of conversation about how the Bank of England will eventually withdraw stimulus, and I suppose that will be discussed.
Yeah, this is the bit that could shake markets. So the current advice is that the bank won't consider shrinking the balance sheet until the key rate reaches 1.5%. But they could lower that floor because today the bank is going to formally adopt negative rates as a policy tool. So if they flip the order, making retrenchment of the balance sheet the primary tool in tightening, you could see economists pushing back when they see the first post-pandemic rate hike. At the moment, markets are pricing 13 basis points of hikes by mid-2022. That could change today.
OK, Lizzie, thanks very much. Bloomberg's UK economy reporter Lizzie Burden joining us there from outside.